Hello magnificent soul friends, welcome back to my channel, Madame Devoe. Thank you so much for tuning in and for allowing me to be a part of your unique and wondrous experience today. So I just wanted to create this simple yoga flow for you guys who are in quarantine right now. You can do this in the comfort of your own home, hence I am doing this in my living room. A lot of us typically go to yoga studios which have temporarily closed due to the coronavirus outbreak, but that doesn't mean we don't have to do yoga, right? So feel free to join in or to just get some ideas from this flow and incorporate it into your own personal practice. But let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to be starting off with a basic mountain pose, toes together, heels apart, at the top of your mat or the center of your mat. Hands are in Gyan Mudra or open in receiving mode. Closing your eyes and setting your intention for this practice. When you're ready, go ahead and sweep your arms up to the sky. And just let the body melt forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Placing your hands on the mat beneath you, you're welcome to have a slight bend in the knees if it helps. But just let your head fall forward and let your gaze go towards your belly button. You can shake your head yes or no. Releasing tension out of the neck, you can grab opposite elbows and swing side to side, whatever feels comfortable. Next, place your hands on your shins or the mat and go ahead and press your chest towards the floor as you extend and lift your upper back for a half lift. And exhale as you sink back into your Uttanasana. One more time, inhale, half lift. Exhale again as you fall back into your forward fold. Placing your hands firmly onto the mat, step or jump back into Phalakasana or high plank pose. Drop your knees to the mat and adjust them so that they're directly under your hips while your hands are directly under your shoulders. Inhale as your gaze moves to the sky and your back presses towards the mat, arching the back for cow pose. And exhale as your back rounds and we move into cat pose. Gaze is towards the belly button. Cycle through these cat-cows at your own pace, using your breath to guide you through each movement. On your next inhale, go ahead and return to a neutral spine. And from here, sink your hips back towards your heels as you slowly begin to make circles with your torso around your mat. Shifting your weight forward onto your wrists and circling it back towards your heels. Let your breath guide you through this movement as you inhale when you come forward and exhale when you push yourself back. From here, we're going to push ourselves back into child's pose, Balasana. Pressing your forehead onto the mat, hands are engaged, energy running through those fingers. Hips are pressed firmly onto the heels. and just let your body ground. Find your way back to your hands and knees. And from here, you're going to extend and lift the left leg off of the mat, while simultaneously extending and lifting the right arm off of the mat. Keeping the core engaged, go ahead and exhale as you bring your limbs in, crunching them towards each other. Inhale and lift and extend once again. And exhale, bringing in those limbs to crunch. Inhale, extend. Now returning to both hands and knees on the mat so we can switch to the other side. Same thing, extending the left arm and the right leg up and out. And exhale as you crunch those limbs in towards one another. And inhale, extend, keeping that core engaged the whole time. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Holding. And exhale, crunch. Last time, inhale, extend. Shooting energy through those fingers. And placing your hand and knee back onto the mat. Keeping strength in those hands, we're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips high, and press ourselves back into our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Gaze is towards your belly button. You can have your heels slightly lifted off the mat and a slight bend in your knees if it helps. Keeping strength in those fingers, gripping the mat, not allowing your weight to fall onto your wrists. And you can pedal your feet out here, walk your dog, and allow yourself to come back to your breath. On an inhale, float that right leg off of the mat for three-legged dog. Keeping your torso turned down towards the mat. And on your exhale, shift your weight forward, bringing your knee in, crunching it towards your nose. Inhale, press back up. And exhale, crunching that knee inward, shifting your weight forward. Inhale, press up into three-legged dog. And exhale, swinging it forward and placing it between your hands. Coming into crescent lunge, we're going to shoot our arms directly back behind us, keeping energy coming out of those fingertips. Reach around and clasp hands, keeping those palms together as your upper body rests on top of your thigh. Slowly begin to drop your head so the crown is facing the mat. Unclasp your hands and swing your arms around and up, fingers facing towards the ceiling, gaze is up to the sky, and your chest is open. On your next breath, glide your hands back down to the mat to frame your foot. Step your right foot back to meet the left, and tuck your elbows and lower down into low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, press yourself up into upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. And again, on the other side, lifting that left leg off of the mat for three-legged dog. And bringing that knee in towards the nose as your weight shifts forward. Press back up into three-legged dog. And again, exhale, crunch. Inhale, back up. One last time. Exhale and crunch forward and plant that foot between the hands, crescent lunge. Shoot your arms back behind you, gaze is towards the mat, chest is open. And reach back around, clasp those hands, Press that chest even more forward. Rest your upper body on your thigh and allow your head to just fall forward. Sweep those arms around and up, opening the chest, opening the heart, inviting in heart chakra energy, compassion and love. Sink a little deeper into your crescent lunge. And exhale, bringing those hands around and down, stepping your foot back into high plank, chaturanga down, and take your flow, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, look between your hands, step or float to the front of your mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. On your inhale, go ahead and walk your hands to the right side of your body, feeling a nice stretch in that left upper leg, that hamstring, the glutes. And exhale, walking back towards the center. Inhale, walk towards the left side of the body, allowing the head to just hang. And exhale, walk back towards the center. Begin to slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, swinging the arms up above you and dragging those hands down to heart center, Pranamasana, prayer pose. Now we're going to work on some standing poses, but before we do that, we're going to come back to our center. So keeping your hands in Pranamasana, close your eyes. Bring your intention back to mind, come back to your breath, making sure those toes are together and heels are slightly apart. You're going to shoot your hands up to the sky, shoulders away from the ears, and sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair, Utkatasana. Making sure you can lift those toes off of the mat, sinking your weight back into your heels. Bring your hands back into Pranamasana and hook your left elbow onto your right knee, coming into a twist. You're welcome to spread your wings here if you'd like and open up your arms, opening up the chest, or you're welcome to just leave them in Pranamasana. And when you're ready, bringing your arms back up, untwisting yourself. And on your next inhale, taking that right elbow and hooking it onto the left knee. You can open up those arms, spread those wings, open up that chest, or leave them in Pranamasana. Inhale as you unhook yourself and shoot your arms back up. And exhale, melt down back towards the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a half lift here, extending the back, and exhale back into your forward fold. One last time, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or jump back into Valakasana, high plank. Exhale as you chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Float your right leg up into three-legged dog and swing it through to plant it between the hands. But this time you're going to face your feet towards the side of your mat. So you're going to pivot both of your feet and have a slight inward turn on each foot. You can have your legs as wide apart as you need to. If you need to shorten your stance, feel free to bring your legs in. And go ahead and reach towards the floor. The goal is to get your head to touch the floor, but if you're not there yet, that's okay. This is why we practice. For my more seasoned yogis, feel free to take a headstand here if it's in your practice. I actually got one in today, but it's a little on the rustier side. Walk your hands over to your left side and use your shin to pull your body closer to your knee. And on your next exhale, go ahead and walk your hands to the other side. You should feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings. And exhale, walk your hands back towards the center. And when you're ready, pivot your feet back into a crescent lunge. Step it back into high plank, chaturanga down, and cycle through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now float that left leg up for three-legged dog. And exhale as you sweep it through and plant it between the hands. Pivot towards the other side of the mat, but this time you're going to sink into a side lunge on the left leg. So bending that left knee, extending the right leg. Your heel can be planted on the mat or up on your toes. On your next breath, slowly switch sides, sinking into that right knee and extending that left leg. And really relax into this pose. Try to keep your back straight the whole time. Slowly ease your way back into your crescent lunge. And step it back into high plank and cycle through your flow. When you're ready, look between your hands, step or float to the front of your mat for forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. When you're ready, reverse swan dive up, arms shoot up towards the sky, and they sink into your heart chakra, bringing all of that prana in. Now we're going to work on some balancing poses, the first being tree pose. There's a few ways you can do this pose, so feel free to modify it to your heart's content. The first way is to have your foot up against your ankle with your flexed toes pressed into the mat. This helps if you need a little extra support. You're also encouraged to place your right foot on the inner side of your left calf or your left thigh. Just remember to never place your foot on your knee. The full expression of this pose is to place the outside of your right foot into your left hip, much like you would see with half lotus. Hands can remain at heart center, or you can extend your branches, making sure to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Remember to root that supporting foot into the ground. Imagine roots coming out of the soles of your feet. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly release your leg, and with control, place your foot back onto the mat. Now, same thing on the other side. Remember to engage each muscle, especially the core. And if you're wobbling around, that's totally okay. Remember, trees sway in the wind. Slowly and with control, place your left foot back onto the mat. On your next inhale, go ahead and raise your right foot off of the mat, making a 90-degree angle with your right leg. As you exhale, gently lean forward and shoot your leg back behind you so that you're making a T with your body. You're welcome to leave your hands at heart center, or you can open up your arms and fly. This is Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. Exhale and gently lean forward to place your hands onto the mat. We're going into standing split. Try to press your leg up even higher if it's possible. And with control, slowly bring yourself back up to standing, keeping your leg up in a 90-degree angle. And as you exhale, slowly place it back onto the mat. And same thing, other side, bringing that leg up and shooting it back into Warrior 3. Exhale and place your hands onto the mat for standing split. And inhale, bringing that leg back up into a 90-degree angle. And exhale as you place your foot back onto the mat. Inhale, sweep those arms around and up. And exhale as you hinge at the hips, fall forward into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale back into your forward fold. Step it back into high plank and cycle through your flow. Let your breath be your guide as it moves you through every single pose. Inhale, sweep that right leg up for three-legged dog. And exhale, bringing it through and placing that shin right behind the hands for pigeon pose. If it's available to you, you're welcome to use a block or a pillow under your right cheek to give you a little more support if you need it. Inhale and walk your hands behind you, opening up the chest for prideful pigeon. If you want a little deeper of a quad stretch, you're welcome to reach back and grab your left foot and pull it closer to your body. In yoga, we welcome discomfort. However, if anything is painful, always listen to your body. Exhale as your upper body falls forward into humble pigeon. You're welcome to rest your head on top of a block or on your hands. On an in-breath, go ahead and push yourself back up into three-legged dog. And exhale as you place that right foot back onto the mat. Inhale, sweeping that left leg up into three-legged dog. And exhale, bringing it through, planting that shin behind the wrists and sitting into your pigeon. Inhale once again, walking those hands back, lifting in the spine and gazing up towards the ceiling. And exhale, walk your hands forward and relax into this pose. Inhale, sweeping that left leg up into three-legged dog. And exhale, placing it back onto the mat. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, sweeping that leg through, planting it between the hands for crescent lunge. But this time, we're going to walk the right foot out to the side of the mat so that your hands are on the inside of your foot. You're welcome to drop your knee here if your toes get tired, and if you want an even deeper hip stretch, you can also go down onto your elbows. We're going into lizard lunge. Inhale and walk that foot back to the center of your mat so that your hands frame it. And as you exhale, extend the front leg, flex the front foot, and sit back onto that left leg for half Hanuman, or half split. If you're a little more seasoned or a little more flexible, I invite you to ease slowly into your full Hanumanasana or full split. Gently ease back into your crescent lunge. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Same thing, other side, left leg up. And exhale, swing it through, plant it, drop the knee, and walk the foot out into lizard lunge. Really bring yourself into the moment and feel the muscles stretching. Feel the tension leaving your body. On your next breath, walk your foot back towards the center of your mat. Now sink back into that half split, or full split if it's available to you. Emphasis on slowly, ease your legs back into crescent lunge. And in whatever way resonates with you, find your way back into downward facing dog. Let's drop into a child's pose from here. Keeping those knees together, feel the deep stretch in your spine. Make your way onto your bottom for Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. Take your hands, weave them together like a basket, place that basket under your feet, and gently pull your torso down towards the mat. If you'd like a deeper stretch in your hips, gently pull your feet closer to your groin. If you want a deeper stretch in your back, separate your feet from your groin. With every exhale, try to pull yourself closer to your feet. On your next breath, extend your feet out in front of you and outstretch your legs. Exhale as you reach forward towards those feet. You're also welcome to grab a hold of your shins or your ankles if it's available to you. Inhale, come up. Place that right foot into the left thigh and reach forward. Inhale, switch, and exhale, reach forward towards the right ankle or foot. On your next breath, extend both feet forward, and now we take it back to the floor. Finally, my favorite part of yoga. Bring your knees in towards the chest and give your legs a big hug. I invite you to rock back and forth here and massage the lower back. Take a moment to really show your legs some appreciation. It's often one of the things we most forget to be grateful for. Release and extend that left leg flat onto the mat, and use the left hand to pull the right leg over to the left side. Gaze can be towards the ceiling or towards your right fingertips. Supine twist. Keep both shoulder blades cemented into the mat, even if it means your bent leg lifts up a little. Inhale, bring that right leg up into the chest. Give it one last hug. And exhale, release it towards the mat. Inhale, bringing that left leg in towards your chest. And exhale, using the right hand to guide it down towards the right side. Inhale, bringing that left knee back into the chest. And exhale, release it onto the mat. Now our last pose before final shavasana is going to be happy baby. So you can either take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes, or take your hands and grab the outsides of your feet. Go ahead and pull your knees gently into your armpits, keeping those legs in a 90-degree angle and keeping your tailbone glued to the mat. You can also rock side to side here, once again massaging that spine. I encourage you to try to extend one leg, extend the other, or maybe even both legs at the same time. And when you're ready, release your legs so that they fall gently onto the mat for your final shavasana. Take gentle breaths here. There's nothing you need to do at this moment other than just be. Feel your body sinking into your mat, and just allow everything to fall away. I thank you for allowing me to be your guide during this practice. Blessings and namaste.